So far on the hurricane season has been relatively quiet. It is new. We had Arlene to start things off, which was more or less nothing. We're looking out there now, nice and quiet as well, but we're going to start to see an uptick. And with that, we'll also talk about forecasting of those hurricanes. But what if I told you the best tools to gather that information from a hurricane is to fly through it? Well, I spent today with the NOAA hurricane hunters at the Hurricane Awareness Tour in Tallahassee and got to look at all of their weather tools, including walking through the plane. Believe it or not, flying an aircraft into a tropical system can be vital to getting data needed to accurately forecast a hurricane. That's why the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, uses multiple aircraft to measure and forecast these weather systems. Hurricane hunters like Nick Underwood fly on these aircrafts, collecting data through computer systems on board.
We fly directly into the eye of hurricanes, usually at about 10,000 feet above the surface of the ocean. The P-3 Orions are the ones who are flying directly through the storms into the eye. Our other aircraft is Gulfstream 4. That's our high altitude hurricane surveillance jet. So it's flying up at 45,000 feet in front of, around, and over top of the storm to collect those upper level winds that really end up steering where that storm is going to go.
These aircrafts are built for multiple flights, able to sustain extreme winds and intense turbulence.
Oh, there goes the signs. There goes the beds.
So a combination of the two aircraft, we get the track of the storm and we also get the intensity and the structure and how it's developing. As we're collecting that data, we're sending that to our partners at the National Hurricane Center, and the better job we can do in the air of collecting that data, the more accurate those forecast models will be, and the earlier we can warn people that a storm is headed their way.
We know the data that is collected by hurricane hunters is valuable, but how do they actually collect that data? Well, that's the easy part. As planes fly through the hurricane, they drop dropsondes. This relays the information back to the plane and is carefully evaluated on the aircraft.
Think of these weather balloons in reverse, and so as we're flying through the storm, we'll be deploying these all throughout different parts of the storm to collect temperature, pressure, humidity, wind speed, and wind direction. Getting that data directly from the source is just vital to those forecast models.
With hurricane hunter data in models, the forecast improves some 10 to 20% versus when that data is not ingested. Not only are we far more confident in the track, but also in the expected impacts. In recent years, NOAA has performed research flights through storms you may be familiar with, like Ian, Fiona, and of course, Hurricane Michael. So the next time a storm starts to brew, know that hurricane hunters are on their way to give us an idea of how the storm is organizing and to improve our forecast models, so the forecast for you is the best it can be. From News 13, I'm Chief Meteorologist Ross Whitley. Certainly, flying a plane through a hurricane is not easy, but also navigating social media during hurricane season can also be a task. That's what we'll be talking about tomorrow as we do this again at News 13 at 10. Join us then.